All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Hey AfterBuzzers! Welcome to this week's after show for Project Runway, where the models are in charge. Things have totally taken a turn. Stick around, and we're going to talk about all of it with you guys.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
There you go.
So dramatic.
Wouldn't be Project Runway after show without the Project Runway theme song. Hey everybody, welcome tonight to our after show. Thank you again for joining us. I'm your host, Michael Shirley, and tonight we've got a lot to talk about. But before that, I want to introduce you to my panel.
Hi, my name's Hanna B. You can follow me at Hanna B.E.E. Tucker.
Hey guys, Michelle Uberreste. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste.
Hey guys, Mayte Carillo. You can follow me everywhere on all social media sites at Mayte Carillo _.
And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Michael X Shirley. But enough about all that. What did everyone think about the night tonight?
There was a lot of drama with the twins. I think Claire is getting angry and arrogant.
Yeah,
Getting?
Is.
Okay.
Yeah, the storylines are really shining this week. We get to kind of see more of the designers' personalities, which I really enjoyed. And I just want to remind you guys every week that if you watch live with us, you can join us in the live chat. Mayte's in there right now.
Yes.
Just send any comments or questions you have for us, and we'd be happy to talk about it live on air. So this week, the challenge was a social media focused challenge for street style outfits for the models. So totally wasn't expecting this, like,
No.
at all. Like, I don't really remember models ever being in control in Project Runway, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
Me too, because models are always the hanger. They don't get a voice. So
Yeah.
I really like that they were able to have some say in this challenge. I thought that was cool.
I think it's cool that they got to pick who they wanted to work with. So instead of the
Yes.
designers getting assigned a random model, it kind of comes down to that whole, like, who's going to get picked last for the baseball team? And
Well, didn't
Yeah,
didn't we all enjoy that, seeing who was
Yes.
the last pick?
Oh.
Yep,
Her
I sure
face.
did. I enjoyed that. They kept on zooming into their faces, and you can see the disappointment with the twins.
Yeah.
But I kind of enjoyed that.
Oh, you're so
Yes.
sadistic.
No.
Yeah, they definitely seemed pretty butthurt about all of that. Well, the designers had 1 day for this challenge and $200, which is a fair budget, I think, for this challenge. And from the very beginning, they all kind of had their own approach. And I was feeling a little differently. Later in the episode, Georgina Chapman, the founder of Marquesa, was saying, you know, like, don't get lost, you know, in their ideas. Remember, you're the designer. They're coming to you for a reason. But for me, when I was watching it, it seemed like the designers were, like, too focused on their personal style. It was like they wanted to, like, make, like, a half and half, like, half me, half them. When I think just, I mean, there's so much fashion, so much clothing, you know, like, there's got to be a way to meet in the middle where it's not like, you know, like a twin popsicle, you know, like, I don't know. It just, I mean, but they're also in a time constraint, you know, it's really, you know, you're just making instant decisions and you kind of have to run with it. You know about that. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think Zach Posen said it too. The client is coming to you for your designs. So, and the models did get to pick their designers. So it's like they are coming to you for a reason. They're not coming to you just so that you can make them something that they're going to design for you. And as a designer, you have to kind of take that challenge and find something that, you know, they're looking for from you. And it's, I think a lot of the designers on Project Runway don't have that experience of working with a lot of clients. They just make stuff, they sell it, or they're kind of newer or students. And I think that it's great to be an artist, but you have to have that business side too, or you're not going to be successful.
Right.
Right.
It's kind of like you're designing for someone else instead of adding your own style to it. which we did get to see a lot of that in this episode. So I'm glad that this happened, and I hope that they're able to look back and be like, whoa, I could have done something different, or, you know?
Yeah, I think I like that about this season, though, because we also have the models with all different shapes and sizes, and I think it's really forcing a lot of the designers to have to consider these real-life things instead of this magical world they imagine fashion to be, where they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Aaron was very much on that level, but unfortunately he's not with us this week.
And I love that about him.
Yeah, he did have very much his own.
You have to balance it
land.
out. Yeah.
Well, before you were on Project Runway Under the Gun, had you had a lot of experience with just like personal clients instead of, you know, just people finding you? Like online and just shopping in a store, but actually sitting down with you and having you design something for them?
Little bit. Before Project Runway, I worked for same company for quite a few years, so it was more of like dealing with a sales team, but you also want to know your customer and you know, make things that is going to sell for your, you know, customer base. But I mean, we had a couple of specific clients, but I think I've gotten better after the show.
Yeah.
Having like my own label and dealing with the specific clients. It's like anything else. I mean, it's like riding a bike. You get more used to it and you figure it out as you go.
Well, they all had their own ideas of how they wanted their models to look, and I think we all got a real kick out of it when Kentaro said to his model, for her looks inspiration, it's clean, modern, beautiful, homeless.
Yeah, and you want to know the funny thing? I think Brandon's look ended up looking
more homeless.
More clean, beautiful, homeless than Kentaro.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say clean. But
right.
Yeah.
Yes,
modern, beautiful, homeless. Yeah.
And when they're going to Mood for all the fabrics, this later came up in the episode repeatedly with all the designers, noticing that Sean basically made or picked out all the fabrics for her designer that she was wearing and that the model was originally wearing. So people were saying that she did a knockoff outfit tonight.
I agree with that statement. She did do a knockoff outfit. She combined her style with the model style, and she was like, well, I'm basically going to do what you have on, except I'm going to make it a twist and make it what I'm wearing right now.
It definitely was the easy way out, in my opinion. I wanted to think, I mean, we all think that they're stupid, but I don't think that they're, like, not intelligent. So I want to think that she did that because she knew, well, if I'm making something that I'm wearing and something she's wearing, she picked me, she's picked those clothes.
But not really, you know?
But you know what I'm saying, though?
I think it's
you don't think
fail.
I should give her that credit?
No, I don't think it's smart, especially, like, every time you see, like, one of the designers, like, you get the dossier, or you have dancers, or you have whoever that you're supposed to be designing for or something, and there's always that one designer who's like, yeah, I'm going to pretty much just copy this picture or this thing that was presented to them, and it almost never ends well, and I think it's a total cop-out.
Well, Sean has never seemed like, I want to win this. She's more like, you know, I deserve...
Get the attention along the way.
Yeah, like, I deserve, you know, this recognition. I'm, like, so great. My sister, we're so cool. We're celebrity designers, you know, or whatever.
For Katy Perry.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. Enough about them. Enough about the twins. But the designers seemed a little too focused on their style. But, you know, I guess it worked out for some of them in the end, but not for all of them. I was enjoying the camaraderie a lot between Kenya and Brandon and Kentaro and Amy this week. They all seem like they, like, get along and, like, having fun. I especially liked it when Brandon asked Kenya to sing to him something sweet.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, no, not right now.
Maybe later.
Yeah, but I've never really seen Amy get, like, sympathetic or, like, emotional at all. And she was like, well, Kenya is usually so happy, and she's not. I was like, oh, she, like, there's some emotion there. She's always so, like, straight edge.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but, you know, it's funny.
Well, I think it's about time we get into the looks.
I think so, too.
What do you guys think?
Yep. Let's do it.
Well, our first look up on the screen tonight is Kentaro, for all you guys in the podcast. Kentaro's model is wearing super grungy, modern outfit, cropped kind of boxy crop top with denim. These denim thigh high leg warmer thing was really, really smart, and it seemed like Nina Garcia got a big kick out of that.
It's gonna be like the new thing.
I know. It's gonna be all
You're
over
gonna see
Elle
them
now.
all over Instagram, like
Different
and
kinds.
denim thigh highs.
And I liked how the what would you call that around her waist? Like a skirt?
You know what? It's like
Kiltish?
it started out as like a paper bag pant, but then it turned into like this really cool samurai like kilt short thing.
Right. Yeah, I really was at a loss for words how to describe that. But it has these major like grunge throwbacks to me to like a flannel tied around the waist.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I thought this look was super modern and hip and fun, like boho, like modern grunge. What did you ladies think?
Well, it definitely wasn't dirty, because he was like, it's going to be dirty. Well, I liked how that he's like, it's going to be dirty and clean. And I was like, what?
I think it was lost in translation.
Yeah, I think that it does look, honestly, a little bit awkward with the whole jean short, skirt thing, but it really did work, and I'm glad that he won. I love the top. I think he did an amazing job with recovering from, a mistake, and he just folded it in, and it created really nice lines, and it worked out really nicely.
And she seemed really happy with it.
She did. She seemed really happy with it.
It's funny because usually when the designers like do something like, oh, I'm going to fold this to make it fit now, it's a horrible mistake. And in this case, it just kind of added to like the origami effect of the top. It was really successful. This to me was like the most fashion look on the runway tonight. And when I saw it in the workroom, I'm like, no, don't do paper bag pants. Please don't. Especially in the brown paper bag color. I hate those. But this is like the best thing I've seen in that type, style. But this is cool, and it's like kind of what I've been waiting for from Kentaro. Like, he's capable of it, and he like nailed it.
It's definitely worth highlighting how the back of that shirt came either unstitched or something along those lines, and he just folded it under into a nice little crease, and it looked better than it did before.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the fact that he tucked it in as well for the crop top, because it fit a little bit loose. So when he tucked it in, it gave her more definition. This was my favorite look of the night. By far.
Yes, it was my favorite as well, but before we started the show, I was telling all of you, like, I liked this episode a lot, but I was really disappointed in a lot of the looks, and I gave this look 4 stars, but I usually like my favorite look to be a 5-star look, but no one got 5 stars for me tonight.
What's wrong with this look to you? Like,
nothing's wrong with it, it's just,
It sounds like I'm acting so defensive. Like, what's wrong?
It's not Sean's outfit from last week, which I love, which I feel like such an asshole for liking, and I know you feel like an asshole for liking it too.
Doesn't have leather for you?
It doesn't. This is.
But it's streetwear, it's not like supposed to be fancy and outrageous.
It's supposed to be fashion forward, simple. She totally, something that you can just pull off.
It's more Macy's and I'm more Neiman's. I think that's the best way to say it. All right, you guys. How many stars did you give this outfit?
4.
4?
Yeah, I guess I would do 4 too. I don't know. 4, 5. I'm not sure.
5.
Really?
Yes, 5. This is
so I guess you're more of a Macy's girl.
No, I am not. No, let's get this clear. That's your opinion. It's not more Macy's. It's just so chic. I think what it is for me is the thigh high. Like, I want to say they're like boots, but they're really not. Yeah. But they're warmers. That's what just.
It was a little innovative. I don't want to give him too much credit for that because I have seen it before. But
the way it was executed is so expert. Like, you could have some other designer in there try to attempt this, and it would just look like a horrible mess.
For sure. Yes, he did bring a very clean, made it feel like more like origami than layers, which is very chic about this look. Moving on to the next look. This is just, I don't know. This is Ayana's look. And to me, it looks like sleepwear. Yeah. And it's a little too crafty for me as well. I don't know. She had these stars on her dress. It's a blue little nighty-like dress with stars that Tim Gunn advised her not to do. But as we can see, she did decide to go with that. I wasn't feeling it, too crafty, but I did give her 1 star because she managed to put that jacket on over the dress to cover it.
I liked it though. I liked the robe. That's something that I would wear. I have a black version of that.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with the robe.
Oh, okay.
But that's not really the main outfit.
No,
yeah, it looks
true,
like a sleepwear robe.
Yeah, it does a little
the whole
bit.
thing looks like a nightie.
I just think that the dress underneath is very like cliche. Like we've seen that before. You know what I mean? It's nothing super special.
Definitely not innovative in any
No.
form of fashion. But we weren't asking for that. We were looking for something that was street style, but this looks more like sleep style.
Yeah.
I think the dress could have been okay, but she used these like all these materials that would fray. So I'm like, why didn't you use like leather or something that's gonna make it clean? Would have made it a lot better for me. It just looks like a mess. And then the outer thing, why didn't she just do like some kind of trench coat, vest trench thing? Like make it...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I just don't understand why it's like a pink satin sleepy robe. Like make it, like then I would have liked it a whole lot more. Like I appreciate the whole covering up thing, but it just, this is not a good way to accomplish it.
But we can't all be Jean-Paul Gaultier. For me, I was thinking, well, if the girl likes stars so much, and you know this, why didn't you get a star print fabric instead of like make like these like Boy Scout brownie badges?
Yes,
like,
exactly.
So on. What about you, Mayte?
It looks very like something that a 13-year-old would wear.
It does.
You know, it's just, I think it's definitely because of the stars. They just shouldn't have been added.
It's kind of immature looking.
Yeah, and especially with the coat and just everything put together, I'm not a fan of it. So I gave this look actually just 1 star.
Same.
Yeah.
What about the two of you?
It's funny, it has so many stars on the dress.
Good one, Michelle. How many did you give it?
4.
Whoa!
I know.
You just love that gown
I think
or that
it's the coat that I really like.
Coat thing.
But I think if it was
Night
a
gown.
fabrics, like a star fabric, it would have looked a little bit inexpensive. I think that it looks more expensive because there's more work put into it with the... Okay, everyone's disagreeing with me. But, but I think I'm sticking with 4.
Michelle?
1.
That a girl.
Yep.
All right, what do we got next? Next we got Michael's look. Another 1 star for me. I don't know. I'm just not into the like intense slashing. I don't like t-shirts that are like slashed up trying to look like, I don't know, kind of like metal. I don't like it. Like, I don't know.
Too much.
Yeah, like all that together and it's all droopy. I don't like that. So I don't feel like I feel like I'm biased.
It reminds me of like, what's that? Ed Hardy? No, is that the right brand? Did Ed Hardy do
Probably.
that? Okay, but no, I thought it was a little bit like, what's the word? Cheeky. Like there's too much going up on the side of the leg.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I wasn't a fan of that. But I like the top a lot. I love off the shoulders. I think that's really flattering on her.
For those of you in the podcast, we've got Lyris, my least favorite model. She's such an attitude thing. She's Beyonce, Naomi Campbell, like
diva.
any like. I'm sure next week she's gonna be the thin Oprah, like any successful Black woman. She is her incarnate.
Best thing I've heard all week.
I know, right? But it's like a blue number. It's got slashings on the sides, in the bust. I'm sure if you've seen the episode, you'll remember it. But I did I think it looks better up close. I will say that because it's got like a little bit of a polka dot print pattern. But the neckline, how it kind of tied in the back and over the shoulders, I thought that was kind of neat.
Yep.
Had kind of like a cummerbund feel to the way it was cut.
Yeah, I mean, it was executed pretty nicely.
Yeah, it definitely fit her body type, and it gave her shape. But I did like the top as well, like you said, Hannah. Like the top was really it for me. I don't like the bottom portion whatsoever. The sides,
Droopy.
it's just too much going on. It's kind of like you had just something plain and you wanted to do something just to give it that extra oomph. And it just wasn't working. It didn't work out.
I can't wait to hear what you think about this, Michelle.
I think Lyris was like so excited to work with Michael because the last outfit was like the first one she ever liked, and she was really like confident going into this. And then I think Michael kind of lost himself, and there's just so many, like, first of all,
Yeah, he said, I hate this. I hate what I'm doing.
But, like, she designed it, kind of, because he had these things hanging off. So the model ends up telling him to do the off-shoulder, which she looks great in off-shoulder, so I think that was smart. And the technique, I mean, I've seen it, like, for years and years. And
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine, but whatever. And then it's, like, the whole concept of the dress. And honestly, like, she would look so much better with the bright blue side. So it just pops. Everybody
Flip it around.
Yeah.
Like the designers of having success turning things inside out and
it's
around.
like Nina
lately.
said, you're going through Instagram and this is like dark, I can't even see the details, blah, blah. And then it looks hookery because all the sides are slit open. It looks hookery.
I like that adjective.
Because the sides are just slit so high. But I mean, I think she works it and she has that attitude. So it's like, okay, I wouldn't have necessarily put it on the bottom, but...
She does have that attitude.
Yeah.
How many stars?
2.5.
2.5, 3 for me.
I gave it 3 as well, but now I'm rethinking it. And I think it has a lot to do with the model too. Like we said last week, remember I was like, oh my gosh, I think I like her and her personality. But this episode I was just like, I don't really
she's
like
really
her.
I feel like she's her biggest fan, for sure. I don't know.
I like that she's confident, but it's a little over the top.
There's a difference between confidence and arrogance.
Yeah.
There's a fine line.
You said it right.
Well, it only got 1 star for me, and that was just because it looked better close up. And it seemed like it took some effort. But next up, we got Brandon's look. Sorry we weren't able to get the streetwear photo of this, but this looks exactly what Kentaro was talking about.
A little dirty, a little homeless.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen a lot of runway shows in my life, and I don't think I've ever seen something look more homeless to me. Very asymmetrical crop wrap.
Paper bag.
Kanye West vibes.
Yes, yeah.
Very Kanye West
That's
colors.
nice.
Very, and like a kind of like a gritty tea stain tie dye on this like skirt, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I think
It's like a dress.
I think it's pants. I don't know.
it's just all look.
None of us know.
Yeah.
I mean, I love rock and roll, and so
That's not this.
yeah. So I love rock and roll. So unfinished things to me, I can get into sometime. But this was just way too unfinished looking. And she looks like a literal hobo.
Kinda.
I don't know. I just feel like it looks like she found these clothes in the trash, and he was lucky he had immunity this week.
I feel like
in my
Brandon-
opinion, but they didn't question him. He got to
Yeah,
skirt
I
right
feel
by
like he
him.
was safe just because he's done so well in the past. They're like,
Right.
we'll just give him a free pass this time. We're just gonna close our eyes to this.
I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier. He kind of has this like dream world or just like this aesthetic, and I think that they know that he's in touch with that, and they know that inevitably, if you can keep that momentum and not pump out bad stuff, that's gonna lead for a cohesive and smart finale show.
I
from
think
that
he just
designer.
needs to do something a little different, because if he keeps doing the same look over and over, the judges love him, but I just don't think he's gonna last till the end then.
Yeah, gotta do something. I would like to see something form-fitting and see how what the craftsmanship would be like on something that is form-fitting.
And that
on a
might be
woman's
part of
body.
it, that he doesn't know how to fit a woman's body.
Yeah, he
Yes,
is a
like you
menswear
said.
designer, so he's probably not used to making stuff super skin tight for people. But I don't know, he's done pretty good for someone who, has had no experience with women's wear.
One thing too is like if they have immunity, I wish that they would just
Push it.
critique. Or like they would like critique them, and even if they have such a bad gown or whatever they like their outfit is bad, that they would just bring them to the front and be like, I know you have immunity, but your outfit wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
This
should.
might sound a little crazy, but I think it would be cool if they had immunity, they weren't allowed to participate. Like they had some other job in the workroom,
Oh, that would be interesting.
like overseeing things, or maybe as a guest judge.
Oh.
Because that,
Switch the role.
because then you could see, I mean, just because you're a great fashion designer, you're not going to be successful if you're not good with people. Because if people don't like you and want to deal with you, your career's not going to, it's going to hit a wall at some point. So they're all into how everyone looks and model shapes and sizes. It might be time to invest in how they all treat each other.
Yeah.
Amen.
I don't like him. I just don't like the concept of immunity at all.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's a little. Yeah,
It's outdated. You know,
Yeah.
like
Time
switch
to
it
step
up.
it up. It's
Yeah,
2017 Project Runway.
Come on.
We never had immunity. What we had was if you win the challenge, you get $5,000.
Oh, really?
That's all
Yeah,
right.
it was way better.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want that.
I don't care about immunity.
Does that happen
Pay off my
now?
student loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Does that happen now? I wonder.
No.
Yeah.
Now they get like a zillion prizes and like a completely new life.
I almost wish they would get a
yes.
different, like, okay, fine, immunity, whatever. Like, sometimes they get prizes, though. You know, like, oh, this is the Marie Claire challenge.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
get
yeah,
this pri-"
yeah.
You know, I wish they would have a different prize every week. Just
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
one.
Cool.
You know, and then
Little
if you win,
motivation.
here's a little prize you get to at least take
It's a
home.
little something.
I feel like they
yeah.
used to do that a lot more in the earlier seasons of Project Runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of looks left to go through, so let's move on to the next one. Next, we've got up Sean, which we talked about a little bit earlier. We all thought of this as kind of like a knockoff look. I mean, it's not my style, but it does look made pretty well, although it's unclear how much of this outfit she actually made.
Indeed.
You guys. Yes, indeed. And for me, my biggest problem with it was that the mesh, the edges looked so unfinished and kind of frayy,
Yeah.
and like either she needed to put like a piping around it to cover it up, or I was talking to Michelle about like a marrow stitch or something.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
anything
they're
would be
just
better than this.
finish those edges. Just finish them.
I gave it 2 stars because, like I said, it does look, for the most part, made well. It looks like something you could buy straight out of Macy's.
Right.
But I should be saying
no.
JCPenney. I'm the
This-
worst.
yes.
I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
This is more JCPenney than,
is.
than
Yes,
Kintaro's
yes, yes.
Macy's.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
no.
Right. Well, I gave it 3. 2 for Claire, 1 for Sean.
Ah!
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I'm
Good
disappointed
job.
in Sean.
I like the top 2. Needs finishing. The pants
They liked the pants.
were really well made. If you can, like, work some satin without it looking puckery, then props to, I guess,
Props to Claire.
But I hate it when they do crop pants.
Keeping in mind, this is Sean's look.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
on.
I hate crop pants. Like, it looks great on the model 'cause she's like 9 feet tall and
Yeah.
super thin, but like this is not something you can sell unless these are for petite people and they're
Yes.
regular size pants. I
Petite
don't.
soccer moms love a
But
capri.
it's horrible. I don't. I wish she would have just kept the pant and just made it like a long wide leg or like really wide leg, and then it would have been so much more chic to me. This just looks.
Well, she didn't, and you can't. How many
Okay.
stars you give it?
2.5 because it's not
Oh,
horrible.
half star. All
I'm
right.
doing half.
Give her a half star. What about you, Mayte? What do you think of this look?
Geez, I gave it just 1 star, just because I agree with the pants. I do like these pants, and I like the structure of it. The only thing is that it's just there's something weird between the crop top and the short pants, and it's just like I agree with you as well, Michelle. Like, if they would have been like a little bit longer, the pants.
That doesn't bother me. I don't know. Doesn't really bother
You're
me.
not a woman that has
I
ever
know. I
worn
am not.
crop pants.
Yeah,
Like,
this
it's just
definitely a look for a fit 30-year-old woman. I feel like
Potentially.
and you can tell
you're
too.
like,
This,
but not a good one.
yeah, this is something like you
All
can
right.
do on your own.
All right,
Yeah.
enough. It's too controversial. Next up, we have Margarita's outfit. And she was going... Oh, wait, no, this isn't Margarita's outfit.
No,
I'm
this
sorry.
is Botani's.
I think we're out of order in how they appeared on the runway. Yeah, this is Botani's outfit. And all I got to say about this outfit is Chiquita Banana.
Yeah.
Ooh la la. Yeah, there's a lot.
Complete with
going on.
headpiece.
Azúcar.
Yeah, I just wish there was less pattern. There's just so much going on. I feel like it's
like a
pretty.
stereotype of the designer.
This
and
is
I
a
was
costume.
Costume.
Very costumey.
Very costume. The headpiece, the fabric, I mean just everything. The length of the skirt. I couldn't tell if this was a crop top. Or
It is,
if
I
it's
think.
and you know what, she was so excited as well, the model, because she wanted to show some skin in her like her stomach area, and you can't really tell with this look.
True.
So I wanted to see a little bit, you know.
I could tell.
More
It didn't
that.
fit. That's what I could tell.
I gave it 2 stars because I thought that although it was super busy and like scary,
Scary.
Cliche.
The maximalism of the patterns together. I thought the colors kind of vibed with each other. Not that I'd want to wear it, but it wasn't like a certain outfit that I know's color patterns turned some of us off tonight, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah, but I think the model felt good, good in it.
So she really liked it. Yeah.
There's a star for that because if your model feels not confident, you failed.
It's very, I don't know, the shoulders are giving me mad Naomi Harper from Mama's Family. If you guys have ever seen that. Yeah, I don't know.
I have to add, Charlene in our live chat said this looks clownish, kind of like it.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like an African clown.
Like it. No, like it, the clown. You know?
Yeah. And from far away, it does kind of look patchworky.
Yeah.
Well, get it out of here. Next look.
Get it out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of this look.
Amy's.
Amy's look. I gave this 0 stars. This is not fashion.
Really?
Jacket looks cheap. Lack of innovation. Totally uninspiring. I'm done.
It's pretty basic. I like the coat, but underneath, it was just a one shoulder, right? That's all that was going on. It's just a black.
You like that gossamer coat?
Yeah.
Me too. I like the
Actually,
coat.
I had something like it once.
I don't know. It looks like it needs to be steamed or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just
a
the
style.
I don't
But
know.
it's leather.
Yeah.
It looks leathery.
It does
It's not.
not.
But it's
It
leather.
looks
A little bit.
Michelle.
I don't hate the jacket, but it does look like just a cheap windbreaker. And
Yeah, windbreaker fabric almost.
And I just think like Amy needs to stop doing these big billowy cape things or she's gonna be out.
I'd like to see some color from her that's not like blue, white, black.
And I see like 0 point of view so far, and it's like what 5 or 6 challenges in.
She's just safe, super
Also,
safe.
the one strap, I thought that was like a taste.
No.
This is you can't see it, you guys, in the outfit, but under this little gossamer jacket, she's got a one like a sleeveless one strap kind of deal going on, and like something you'd get at like Wet Seal.
There
like
you
when
go.
that was around.
I agree with the wet seal.
I
Is
don't
Wet
know.
Seal still around?
It isn't.
No, it's not.
It isn't, but they're coming back. They are.
See, I want to know what happened. She's like in the workroom saying, "I'm gonna make a tuxedo jacket thing out of this."
This is not. Yeah.
What happened
There's
to that?
nothing
I would have felt like
evening wear about that.
I was excited when she was like, "Yeah, tuxedo thing." I was like, "Great, do it."
I also hated that the jacket was the same length as the skirt.
Yeah,
It needed like a pattern or
Yeah.
something.
It feels like, "Hey, I threw some crap on to go to the grocery store."
Yes. I don't know what you're
God,
seeing,
you
Maite.
No,
What are you
no.
seeing?
I agree.
Oh,
yeah,
you do?
yeah, I
Okay.
do. I just saying like she took that exact statement out of my mouth before another outfit that's coming up.
Oh,
Yeah,
But,
0 stars.
I have
Ugh.
I have to say this outfit shows no personality whatsoever.
Right.
I don't know her street style. I have no idea what it is. It's just black and not.
Did anyone give this a
stylish.
star? Did anyone?
No.
Wait, I bet Hannah did. She's super nice about this time.
I gave 2.
Oh, see? So nice.
So if you average, it's like a quarter of a star.
Between us. Yeah. Who do we got next? We got Samantha this week.
Samantha.
Oh, Samantha.
This look sent her home. How did y'all feel about that?
I think it was
Sad.
For her, or just the
Really?
look was sad? You
I
wanted to see her
felt
to stick
sad
around.
because I did want to see her stick around, but I do kind of agree with the like. She had no reason to make the vest for
Yeah.
one, because she has this cute like dress underneath. It's got like a lot of interesting like work going on. She's got the suspenders. What is the vest for? It's just black and it's covering up anything that's potentially interesting. And her other mistake was making it mostly black. You cannot do this on the runway usually.
Yes, the colors look very muddy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
like-
hard to differentiate if it's a pattern or if it's like
And she
layered.
does a lot of intricate work when you see it up close. I'm like, you're just losing everything. I don't know what these designers are thinking. Just black, everything.
Yeah.
No pops. Like, you could have just added a pop of color instead of this muted, So, and I love black. Don't get me wrong. But it just, on the runway, it's not very impactful.
Yes, I would have liked to have seen like more depth and like scope from her as a designer instead of just like I make Etsy dresses. I mean, I don't know if she puts
I
them on
love
Etsy,
her
but that's
technique.
what it,
Yeah.
it looks
Like,
like
she's
to me.
very good at technique, at making textiles and stuff. But then And then, you know, she's like telling the judges, well, I've done Lolita for 12 years.
Yeah, she was one of the first designers in the United States to come over off the boat and do it.
But then she's like, and that's why it's fresh. I'm like, no, 12 years ago, maybe it was fresh, but now you just, I mean, it's cute, but I think it's not age appropriate, and I'd agree, it's not really fresh, but I get that punky vibe. You know, it could have been cool, but it just needed something more bold to it.
I mean, the way she was talking about it, I couldn't take her seriously. I mean, like, I think 12 years ago, someone else had done this for 12 years. I mean, Lolita's not like a new thing.
Right, but I rather would have seen Claire go home, because I see the same crap from her every week. And with Samantha, I feel a little bit interested, like, what is she going to do next? Because I've seen some successful looks from her and some really creative things. Claire, I just don't feel that. She kind of makes the same, like, feminine dress over and over again, and some other weird stuff that we don't understand. And
she has a personality, that's why.
Well, I definitely
did.
But it doesn't come through in her clothing.
No, it comes through in her clothing, what she wears, but doesn't come through in what she designs.
Right.
I don't think by any means this was the worst outfit tonight, and I think it's sad that she went home, but I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, she really hadn't proved herself in much of any way.
She definitely stayed safe.
I gave it 2 stars. What about you guys?
2, yeah.
2 as well.
I gave it 1.
Oh, attitude over here. I like it. Well, what have we got left? Next, we've got Kenya. I know you hate this outfit.
Hate it.
Why?
I hate everything about it.
Why?
Take the platform. Tell us.
It's like an 80s silhouette and not in an updated way. It's weird 80s print. It's not flattering. The pants aren't flattering. The color's not flattering. The print's not flattering. Then it has these weird unfinished petals on top. The vest is like shapeless, and I don't understand. I just do not understand. Like, I would have sent this look home.
I know you would have.
Oh my God, like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
we're
then
about to fight.
Kenya wears this big green top while she's standing next to it on the runway trying to sell it. And I'm like, really? Are you serious? And I guess she was, but I don't get it.
I feel a little different. I did agree with you about the unfinished, like, petals up top. I just found this look kind of, like, intriguing, like kind of like a grown-up fairy tale. Gave me like Great Expectations, Gwyneth Paltrow like vibes a little bit, mixed with 101 Dalmatians, of course.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like a nice silhouette and texture to the fabric, although I wouldn't have chosen that print. I don't like cow, I don't like Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Very like Gucci meets Moschino.
Meets Peter Pan.
80s.
Which is fine.
Okay, 80s, very 80s cruise. And I don't know, the print was too bold for me, but it gave me like mad Emma Stone vibes. Like, don't you see this?
Yes.
I like the way the lipstick was paired with it. It's kind of like Christmas, but not. I don't know, just a little thoughtful. But I would have given this the winner of the week if it hadn't been for the petals. Up close, that looked rough. The stitching did look rough.
I think the vest was a good addition to. Was it a vest?
I think
kind of like I like the fact that she added that into it, because then it would have just looked like a plain, regular long sleeve top and pants. Yeah. So that gave it a little bit of like an edge to it. The print, personally, I kind of like it with this. I'm not a fan of black and white Dalmatian and all that stuff, but it worked. Like, it works for me.
It's definitely a look.
Yes.
Like a full-on look. It looks like it. Very inspired by like a high-end.
Yeah, she took a risk.
Michelle, don't look at me.
I think it's like, I get it. It's Kenya, you know. That's
it
like,
is Kenya. Yeah,
I get that, but I don't care for it one bit.
All right, I gave it 3 stars. What about you guys?
I gave it 3 too.
0.
0. I just can't.
I gave it 4.
Yeah. I can appreciate that. What do we got next? Do you have any more left?
That's it.
I think
No?
You know what? Did we miss Claire?
Yeah, for some reason 2 of our pictures haven't gone up.
No,
we got Brandon. We missed
did.
Claire and Margarita. If we do, it doesn't appear that it is in our folder for some reason. But
we can talk about it.
Claire made just what I would consider something you would get at the clearance rack at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How would you have to described her outfit? A little black sweatsuit, 80s.
Those
thing.
shorts. The shorts were way too short.
Booty hanging out.
Yes.
Bootylicious.
Okay, so I like the idea of like having a peplum and a sweatshirt, and it's like a little different. And I like the zipper because you can have it off the shoulders and stuff. But the shorts were like a total miss. Like I think if she would have paired it with like some skinny pants that were sleek, then I would have gotten that casual streetwear vibe from the top, and the top would have been like the star of the outfit. You're like looking at this innovative top, and but you know, like Nina said, it was also just too dark.
Well, I'm kind of glad that we don't have this look to show you guys. It's so ugly.
It's like some
I gave it no
booty
stars.
shorts.
Did anyone give it a star here?
No, I gotta say, I felt
I think
bad
I know you
for
guys
her.
better.
I mean, I have to
Better
give it
not?
1 or
No?
2 because I feel like it had a thought behind it,
give
which
it
is
1.
for Claire, I think, a new concept. But it's like the shorts were just like, why would you tailor booty shorts? I just don't understand.
Yeah, she was like, I need to change this.
And also one more outfit we didn't have pictured was Margarita's look, which was inspired by Aaliyah and her model. And I felt like she gave the model everything that she wanted, and it felt like Margarita. I wouldn't say it was the best outfit, but it wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
But at least she got to stick around, which I'm super excited about. In the end, it was down to the top 3, Sean, Kenya, and Kentaro, and the bottom 3 was Claire, Margarita, and Samantha. And like we said, Kentaro won this challenge with his modern grunge look, and Samantha went home with her muddy Lolita.
Yep.
So looks like we got it covered. Yeah. So thank you guys for sticking around with us tonight. And if you stick around even longer right after this, just give us like 10 minutes to change clothes. We're going to be coming back with another after show, an Emmys after show with Hanna and Mayte. And we're going to be breaking down all the Emmys looks from the best to the worst. So just go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV and let's keep the conversation going. I'm Michael Shirley, and tell them where they can find you guys on the internet.
Hey, my name's Hannah B. You can follow me at Hanna B. Tucker.
Michelle Uberreste, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste.
Mayte Carillo, you can find me everywhere at Mayte Carillo _
And again, you can find me at Michael X Shirley and on my blog at ilovemichaelshirley.com. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.